has only raised more
What is this?
life of Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, aka the Spider Menace. But rest assured, dear viewers, we here at the Daily Bugle will not rest until we've uncovered the truth behind his web of lies. I'm J. Jonah Jameson.
Marvel just dropped some wild new updates for Spider-Man Brand New Day, and trust me, they're game changers. We're talking brand new Avengers characters joining the story, multiple confirmed villains, a huge Venom Symbiote teaser spotted on set, and a surprising reason why there are so many characters in this movie. Honestly, it feels like overload until you realize Marvel and Sony are pulling a clever little trick straight out of Across the Spider-Verse. And it makes total sense. A lot of the same people working on Tom Holland's live-action Spider-Man films are also tied to Sony's animated Spider-Verse projects. So yeah, there's some crossover energy happening here. And since Marvel and Sony are teaming up again, it feels bigger than ever. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button to get all the latest videos, because we're about to dive into every single detail. And with Avengers Doomsday, Secret Wars, and Marvel's massive reboot all on the horizon, these next few years are going to be packed. One thing's clear, Spider-Man is definitely surviving that reboot, probably not getting recast either. But first, let's break down the Venom teaser, because this Venom symbiote setup, yeah, it changes everything. While filming fight scenes for Spider-Man Brand New Day, fans spotted a massive black and white poster for something called Symbiosis. And since practically the whole fandom was camped out near the set, theories exploded instantly. Was this an in-universe teaser, a real-world promo, or something bigger? At first, some thought it was just an ad for a local nightclub named Symbiosis, but when fans reached out to the club, they confirmed nope, it wasn't connected to them at all. Suddenly, every Venom theory got supercharged. Zoom in on that poster and it literally shows the dictionary definition of symbiosis, the living together of two organisms in harmony, parasitism or mutualism. Classic Venom vibes, right? Especially when you remember the MCU is still holding on to that leftover symbiote goo from No Way Home. And here's where it gets even crazier. Michael Mando is back as Scorpion. And yes, Michael Mando is confirmed to return as Mac Gargan, rocking a comic-accurate Scorpion suit. He's even teased images where Gargan bonds with the symbiote, because in the comics, Scorpion briefly becomes Venom himself. But let's be real, Marvel's not gonna give him the Venom spotlight before Tom Holland. Most likely Mando just thought these comic panels were cool. But still, it's enough to get fans buzzing about how all this ties into the bigger symbiote saga Marvel has been setting up for Tom Holland's future. And remember, Tom Holland is already confirmed for both Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. So of course the symbiote's going to play a role in those movies. But here's the kicker, they almost gave Tom Holland the black suit years ago. Marvel and Sony originally planned to pay off the Venom tease earlier. In fact, No Way Home had alternate plots where Hardy's Venom joined the Statue of Liberty fight, and even concept art of Holland's black suit with a red logo. That red logo design, it actually came from a fan contest in the 1980s, back when Marvel first introduced Spider-Man's alien costume. In the comics, that suit debuted in Secret Wars number 8, where Spider-Man's damaged costume gets replaced by an alien black suit, only later revealed to be a parasitic symbiote. If you grew up on the 1990s animated series, you remember they adapted that storyline too, that Spider-Man is actually canon to the X-Men 97 universe, which is wild. Eventually, Reed Richards exposed the truth, that the suit was alive, draining Peter's energy. Cue the church bells, the separation, and eventually Venom's true origin with Eddie Brock. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 3 touched on this, but Holland's trilogy is setting up a darker, more faithful path. And speaking of darker, look who else is joining the movie. It's been confirmed that Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova will cameo in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Don't expect a huge role, it's more of a new Avengers check-in after the events of Thunderbolts. But it makes perfect sense, with Spider-Man battling multiple villains, the Punisher causing chaos, and Hulk reverting to his savage form. You know the new Avengers will be monitoring all of that. And since this is the last MCU movie before Avengers Doomsday, the post-credit scene is almost guaranteed to be a massive Doomsday setup. And Marvel's not stopping there, they're loading this film with the villains. Variety reported that Tramal Tillman has been cast as one of the villains. He's not the main antagonist and not Tombstone, but it's a big role. Fans will know him from Severance and Mission Impossible. And with so many villains confirmed, reports suggest the film will open with a montage showing Spider-Man's growth since No Way Home. It's basically the live action equivalent of Miles Morales' evolution montage at the start of Across the Spider-Verse. And that raises the question, will we actually see Miles in this movie? Kevin Feige has already addressed this. After Spider-Man Homecoming, Sony asked Marvel not to introduce a live-action Miles Morales yet because they're saving him for his own movie, post Beyond the Spider-Verse, sometime around 2027 or 2028. That means Brand New Day will stay focused on Holland's Peter Parker, with Miles set to headline a Sony-led project later on. And don't forget, Sony still controls live-action Spider-Man rights. That's why they can make projects like the Nicolas Cage Spider-Man Noir series for Amazon, completely separate from the MCU. But since it's coming from the same creative team behind Spider-Verse, you can bet connections will pop up. So yeah, Marvel's packing Spider-Man Brand New Day with Avengers cameos, multiple villains, Venom symbiote teasers, and massive setups for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. The pieces are lining up for a darker Spider-Man trilogy unlike anything we've seen before. Make sure you're subscribed with alerts turned on because more footage and news is coming up soon and you won't want to miss it. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.